Welcome back, everyone. Week 4 previews and analysis. This video is for the Sunday night game between the Dallas Cowboys and the New Orleans Saints. This game will take place in Dallas. Dallas coming in at 2-1. New Orleans at 1-2. New Orleans gets their first win of the year last week at home versus the Vikings, a far less superior Viking squad in my mind. So sort of a ho-hum win for the Saints. Something good that came out of that game was how good their defense played. But again, you have to take into consideration the offense that they did play. The Saints, from an offensive standpoint, have yet to really have that breakout, bust-out game and score a lot of points. Certainly, I thought obviously their offense played good in Week 1. I take that back. But since then, their offense hasn't been great. I look for them to be. Is this the game where they get back on track? Is this Dallas defense, better than we thought? I think they've played better than we thought they could here the first 3 weeks. Is this for real, or do they play up against their best offense here they've played so far in the Saints and get exposed? I think you'll see with the familiarity between certainly Tony Romo and Sean Payton, between Rob Ryan, who was the defensive coordinator of the Cowboys, now in his second year with the Saints. You'll see some of that familiarity, I think, benefit both teams in this one. But as far as Dallas goes, look, Dallas had made a more concerted effort, and it's been well publicized, to run the ball. Can they run the ball consistently against the Saints? And more importantly, can they keep the game close enough for long enough where they can establish the run and stick to it? If you're Dallas, with the way they've been playing, if you get behind this week, I think it's going to be tougher to come back against a team like the Saints. The Rams, banged up with injuries, not a very good offense. Okay, I think it's going to be tougher to come back against a team like the Saints if you let them get up big, like you let St. Louis get up big last week. So I think more of an emphasis is going to be on Tony Romo this week. He's going to have to go toe-to-toe with Drew Brees. He's going to have to dial it back. And I think he's going to have a lot of attempts. I don't think this is going to be a game where he has 25 attempts like he did last week. I think he's going to have, in the 30 to 40 attempt range. I think they're going to need that to win this game. Because, look, the Saints are an offense that's been consistent here, one of the more consistent in the last decade. And they haven't played up to their specifications here the first 3 weeks. So I expect a big effort out of them. Look for them to have Kyrie Robinson and Pierre Thomas heavily involved as well. And to me, this is a litmus test for, number one, the Cowboy offensive line. Can they now take a good defense in the Saints and throw them all over the field and run on them like they have to some other opponents early in the year? And also for the Cowboys, can their secondary hold up against the best passing offense they've played so far this year as well? I think if they can't do those two things, I think it can get ugly pretty quick. I think Dallas plays better than people think in this game. But with that said, the Saints have more to lose. The Saints are the more desperate team here. Because remember, if they lose this game, they fall to 1-3, okay, and really put them in a bad spot there in that NFC South. So I think stuff like that's a factor when you get into these games. I still think New Orleans is a good football team despite the 1-2 record. So I think this game is closer than people think, okay? But I like New Orleans minus the 3 on the road in Dallas. Guys, let me know what you think. Hit me up in the comments. Hit me up on Twitter. Be sure to subscribe. Preview every game every week. Always talking the NFL. Thanks for listening. Have a great night.